Hello, my name is Van and I'm a librarian in the Adult and Teen Services Department here at the Downsboro Public Library. And today we'll be going over a really fun and easy project in which we'll be creating photo luminaries using upcycled glass jars and our personal photos. So in your craft kit, you'll find 2 glass jars as well as some packaging tape that has been pre-cut for you in parchment paper, as well as pre-printed photos of the pictures that you sent in, a craft stick or popsicle stick, a glue stick, as well as 2 LED tea lights. In addition, for this project, you'll need to supply your own bowl or dish with water, a non-fuzzy towel, so a towel that doesn't give off a lot of lint, and as well as a pair of scissors. All right. So before we get started, just a few quick notes. I just want to let you know that for this project, the image transfer works best with a heavy-duty packaging tape. The one we're using is made by Scotch. I did test this project out with a lighter weight tape, but it didn't work as well, so it really does work best with a heavy-duty packaging tape. In addition, please note that for the image transfer process, you really do need to use pictures that have been printed using a laser printer, in that the ink needs to be from a toner and not from a regular inkjet printer, which is found in most homes with that liquid ink from the cartridges. It doesn't fuse into the paper and will just run when we try to do the image transfer process. So again, for this project, you'll need laser printed photos. All right, and then just another note, the images have not been reversed since we're doing a direct transfer of the image onto the tape, and the paper that we're using is just plain paper. You don't want to use a photo paper or glossy paper or cardstock. You want to use just basic printer or basic copy paper. All right, so we're ready to get started. So following the instruction sheet that is in your craft kit, you want to work on a smooth surface. So grab the photo that you want to start with, and grab one of the pieces of tape from your parchment paper, and the tape comes off really easily. So just carefully cover one of your photos completely with the tape. So just make sure that you smooth out any ripples or bubbles, and again, make sure that the picture is completely covered. Next, you want to grab your stick and burnish the tape onto the image, meaning you just want to rub it really well to make good contact between the tape and the image. So what I'm doing is I'm just rubbing the stick back and forth along the top of the tape. You can also do this with a spoon, but it works really well with the stick. And again, just make sure that you cover the entire surface of the image. All right, go ahead and set that aside. Grab your pair of scissors. The next step is to try to carefully and neatly cut along the edge of the photo. And once you've cut out your first picture that will be doing the transfer process, you want to make sure that you set the rest of your photos aside, away from the water. Since those haven't been taped yet, they can easily be damaged if there's any water splatter. So just make sure those have been set aside. All right, so now the cool and fun part, we're going to do the image transfer. What you're going to do is take the taped image, submerge it into the water, the tape side down. Here I'm using a clear Pyrex dish just so that you can kind of see what's happening, but any bowl with water will work. You can use warm water if that's more comfortable for your hands, or room temp is just fine. And what you want to do is use your thumbs, gently rub back and forth. So I'll hold it up so you can see. I'm just kind of rubbing my thumb back and forth and removing the paper fibers from the back of the image. You don't want to use your fingernails, you don't want to scrape, you want to do a gentle rubbing motion. And you can start seeing the image show through the back side. Because the image is wet, it kind of can look like you've gotten the paper fibers off completely, but you really don't want to just do a visual inspection. You want to make sure that you can feel that the fibers have been removed. So again, just keep rubbing back and forth. I can still feel a little bit of the fibers on there, so I'm just going to do this a little bit more. All right. So hopefully you can kind of see that I've gotten the paper backing off of it and the image has been transferred onto the tape. So now we take this over to our non-fuzzy towel and you kind of just dry it off. You can also use this to dry your hands. And then I also use the towel to gently wipe off the back and get any extra fibers that may still be there. If you feel that there are still fibers on there, feel free to submerge the image one more time. Again, it's already been taped. You're not going to hurt it any. And just, again, gently wipe off any remaining fibers off of the back of the image. All right, so now we have our transferred photo. You want to repeat this process for the rest of your printed pictures. You'll find in your craft kit that you have 2 sets of your printed photos, so you do have a backup set just in case, and there are a few extra strips of the packing tape as well, so a few extra supplies just in case. All right, after it's dried, what you want to do is grab one of your glass jars and kind of lay out how you want your photos to go on to your jar. So just have a rough idea of the arrangement on there, and once you kind of have a rough idea, you're going to grab your glue stick and just rub some of the glue on the back side of the photo transfer. Make sure you get the corners really well. Those tend to come off if you don't cover that with glue. And the glue will dry clear. So again, I had kind of a rough idea of where I wanted this to go. And then you want to just press from the center out so that the image gets attached nice and smoothly without any bubbles. All right, and that's been attached, and then I'm just going to put one more on the back side. Again, whoops, glue goes onto the image transfer. You can put it on the jar, but I found that it works best if you put the glue directly on the photo. All right. And again, just press it on there nice and firmly, center outward. And so we've completed our jar, and the last step is to just put in your tea light. There's a little switch at the bottom that you can just toggle to turn it on, and you have your photo luminary. You can also add some ribbon to it, some washi tape. You can also utilize your image transfers on other items as well. Here we put it, an example onto a candle. You can also utilize these on vases, notebooks, cards. In addition to photos, you can also do this with text. So you can type up words like happy birthday or happy anniversary or congratulations on the computer and print it out. Make sure that you use a laser printer again, but you can also do the text transfer as well and then customize some gifts, and that's pretty much it for today. So we hope you have enjoyed this project and we'll see you soon. Thank you.